Hello, I am Test Drive and welcome to episode 66 of Forza Motorsport, where we are going to be finally starting on the Endurances. Finally, after 66 whole episodes of this game and 42 hours of playing this game. 42, I think? 43, maybe? Ooh, excuse me. I apologize for that. But we are going to be buying a car. And as you can tell, I have almost every single car unlocked. There's 5 German cars I need to unlock. 1 Italian, 1 Swedish, a couple United States, and 1 Japanese. And we are going to be picking up a Japanese car because we're going to be doing the D-Class Endurance and only be going to use the best D-Class car in the entire game, known as the 2004 Toyota Camry Solara. I'm so excited to be back into normal cars and not like race cars again. So obviously I gotta make it gold. Like, who doesn't make it gold? And we're gonna give it some upgrades because it doesn't. It's not gonna win the endurance by being in D4 class, to be completely honest. But the great thing about this car is that you can only put a supercharger on it. You can't put a turbocharger on it. But I don't need a lot of power really, so I'm gonna do this supercharger, and then I'm going to do some tires and a little bit of weight reduction and some brakes. And I have so much fucking money that I don't actually, it doesn't matter. Just nothing matters except for staying in the right class. So we're gonna just upgrade everything. This car sadly does not have any body upgrades except for the normal ones. It's so weird going back into this again. Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool. It's got like some BBSs. Are there any gold versions of that? I know there's this. That's actually not too bad. It's too much gold. We just need some nice 5-spokes. There we go. Those are perfect. And sure, I'll put tint on it. Oh god, yellow tint. Let's do some black tint. So there's our Toyota Camry. There's the stats of it. Everything. Doesn't really have that great of acceleration or really anything. But I don't care. We're going to do it. We're going to be using it for... let me turn the volume up on my... There we go. We're going to be using it for the first endurance of the game. So that is going to be... I hate how it says 14 out of 15 events completed. I'm pissed off at that. But there we go. We have the Class D Championship, which is up in the Cars in Class D. I thought the Volvo you won from the Class C Championship. I thought you had to do New York to do it. Or is D-Class New York? Is D-Class New York? No, it's... What? I'm confused. Anyways, here's our thing. I'll give you a quick... show you... There's all the cars I'm racing against. And of course you have to be in Class D, and that is the only restriction. You have 1 race, 35 laps on Tsukuba. Let's go. And alright, here we go on our first endurance race in our Toyota Camry Solara. This car is probably going to be awful for this track because it's heavy. It's got speed in a straight line, and that's really all it has. Oh my god, driving a normal car after driving race cars for so long is so strange. Alright, I just got to pass the S14. We're at the Escort, but the Escort was what turned into the Focus, though, pretty much. The Focus... Ah, for fuck's sake. Sylvia, move. This car turns, like, instantly. It's kind of crazy. But, like, yeah, the Escort turned into the Focus. So if we still have the Focus... This car seems... Is it... I feel like this back bumper on this car is not factory. I really don't. Like, the way it hangs down, like, past the exhaust, I don't feel like that's factory, but I didn't change it myself. And why is this not even a V6 model? I don't think. I think the V6s had at least, 200 horsepower, though. This one's like, had 160 or something from the factory. Like, that rear bumper does not look factory to me. I don't think I've ever seen a Solara with that rear bumper. Also, here we go. Already lap 2, and I'm already pretty far ahead. So I think there's going to be pretty much no issues for this entire endurance. Yeah, it's so strange being back in a normal driving car. Your rear bumper hang low doesn't touch your exhaust. God damn it. Is that like that? Do you chain hang low? Da 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 da, or whatever the hell. That weird. I think it's a rap song. Ah. Like, I don't even think you can consider that under hip hop. I am not used to having to use my brakes like this. Not used to it at all. Okay. I kind of thought that's what you were going for. Also, you can't even see the third brake light of this car because it's inside the rear window. And it doesn't light up enough to get past the tint I put in. I like how the tint's also on the front window. It's like, instead of like, oh, let's hide our interiors that don't look good because there's no interior view in this game. Instead of just the game manufacturer doing that, or game producer, whatever the fuck, doing that, it's like, hey, we'll just, you know, have you guys do it with tint. It just makes everything fucking dark. It's time for a drift, dude. I'm driving a fucking Toyota Camry. I can't drift. This ain't rear-wheel drive. I'm literally driving a two-door Toyota Camry. I find it weird that they, like, stopped making, like, the coupe Toyota Camry in, like, you know, 1994 or whatever. And then this was the next coupe Camry, because it was built on a Camry chassis, or platform. But it has this crazy design, and then this lasted, like, 3 years, and then fucking no more Toyota Solara, Camry Solara. Anything can drift if you try hard enough. Let me try and get a decent distance away from the AI before I try and drift. Because that does not sound like a fantastic idea in this car. I mean, there's something. But then again, I also slowed the shit out of myself by doing that. I didn't even drink any of my drink before starting this race. I am upset. I got it for a reason, and now I'm stupid. And yeah, we're gonna actually have to start watching the gas gauge, because endurances, and the only reason the gas gauge is useful in this game is for the endurance races. So, yeah. Try the new Ford Ranger? Probably not, because they're fucking massive. And if I wanted a massive truck, I want, you know, like a early 2000s, late 90s Ram 2500 or 1500 even. I mean, they're not, like, the Rangers aren't that big, but the only reason I'd buy a truck smaller than that is to have a small truck like my Ranger was. I still have it, so I guess it is. But, like, the fucking small trucks are, like, twice the size of my Ranger and twice the weight of my Ranger now. Just after, you know, 25 years. Well, not 25 years. 20 years, roughly. Somewhere on there. So I don't see myself ever driving. Well, unless I, like, somebody's like, hey, you want to make a review of this? I'm like, okay, whatever. That would be the only reason I would want to drive one. I can't tell what that badge on the bottom right of the trunk of this car says. Is it the XLE badge? Because I know they made the XLE, like the top trim, with the 4-cylinder still in the Camrys. I'm assuming it was the same for the Solaras. Because, like, there's no way this car has a fucking V6 in it. There's absolutely no way this car has a V6 in it. Ah. We're a little over 1/7 of the way through. Haha, I remember math slightly. Mark 8. Maybe Mark, well, maybe Mark 9. There's Mark MKX, Mark 10. You know, even though it's a Ford Edge. Or no, it's the MKX is the sedan. Oh, excuse me. That's the Taurus, right? Or is it the fucking Fusion? I can't remember if the MKX is the Taurus or the Fusion rebadged. I actually don't. I have to really watch out for my tire wear too. Even though I think that I'm going to run out of gas well before I need to change my tires out. And it would be kind of dumb to not do both at the same time, considering the fact that, you know, it's like I'm so far ahead. So, I don't know. I like the fact that this car is in this game, though. I think this is the only game I know of that has the Camry Solara. Or any really early 2000s Camry. I don't think I know of any games that you can drive an early 2000s Camry in other than this game. 4-door or 2-door. Either one. Danica Patrick. Nice stab at Danica Patrick. You fucking nerd. Alright, lap 8. Ah! I'm really having struggles getting this car through corners correctly. Again, I'm still not used to, like, you know, driving a fucking 3,000 pound, 200 horsepower front wheel drive car. I'm used to, like, 2,000 pound, 600 horsepower race cars. But I think these races are going to go by a lot quicker for me. Especially because, like, I haven't ridden on Tsukuba since, like, episode, like, probably in the 30s, if not earlier. Maybe 20s. Maybe 10s. I don't know. Maybe I didn't even race on Tsukuba past episode 20. I actually can't remember. Alright, we are almost to lap 10. This track is so short. Minute 5 lap time. This car also has a sunroof. It's pretty fancy. It's got the fancy bodywork. It's got the fancy sunroof. But it has a 4-cylinder, which I find strange still. Alright, so 10 laps is roughly a quarter of the gas intake. Oh no, it's a little bit more. It's so inaccurate looking on the following view. But then when you look at this view, it's like, oh, it's actually under 3/4 instead of above like it shows in the other view. Which I find kind of strange. So look at those gauges. I wish we could have gauges like this back in like Forza 7 or whatever. Instead of just, oh, let's have one single gauge that has literally everything in it. Except for the fact that, you know, the gas gauge looks stupid. It doesn't have a boost gauge. You know, stupid stuff like that. Stupid stuff. I wish they would do stuff like that. Or give you like a customizable one where you can have like any of the gauges you want. Say you don't want, you know, a fucking speedometer like you're going to use interior view, but you want a tachometer or you want fucking, I don't know. Just like give us customizable like gauge pods for the heads-up display. That'd be kind of cool. Have any gauges you want, any gauges you don't want, you can just turn them off. I'm kind of curious how fast those LMP cars would go around this track. I feel like it would be fairly ridiculous considering how short the track is and how short like the straightaways are and how slow the corners are, because every single corner, well, almost every single corner is a fucking hairpin. So I'm curious of how that would go. I don't know if I'd want to try it myself. LMPs in GT5 could do high 40 seconds. Wow. Which isn't really like, you know, on you know, Road America or something, that wouldn't be that much of a difference. You know, 20 or 24 second difference. Wow, I got a best time. Oh yeah, Scion's like that, and also Saturn's, like the Ions, had the gauges in the center of the dash. Which I always thought was kind of silly. I think Priuses do too. But yeah, when you think of a track that's only a minute long for a slow car, well, fairly slow car, the fact that the race cars can do it 20 seconds faster, that's pretty ridiculous. I'm actually kind of curious now what I win from the C-Class Endurance, because I thought the Volvo was in this one. Or thought the Volvo was C-Class prize, but apparently not. God, it's so nice to not be going like 180 miles per hour in corners. I'm gonna keep saying that until I have to do race cars again, of course. And then I'll start complaining again. Because it's what I do. Alright, how's our gas looking? We are in between a half and 3/4. Oh, okay, so oh, well still, that's 15 seconds better at least than this car. When you don't have that much more time other than that. Still impressive, to me at least. But like, I can imagine it would be, you know, if it was a track that was a mile and a half long or however long this track is. If it was more like, if it was less hairpins, like if it was wider and a little bit faster, you'd have like, you know, 30, 40 second differences between cars, and there wouldn't be, it wouldn't be that long of laps either. I don't know what I'm trying to say or why I'm trying to say it. Should probably just stop. It's that time of the morning. It's 1:42 a.m. Rebel X1 can do it in 30 seconds, or in the 30-second bracket. Jeez. That I'm not really surprised about, considering the Red Bull X1 can do Indy in like, what, 35 seconds or something? Or no. Shit, I think it probably does it in like, well, maybe it's like 30 seconds. I can't remember. I remember just grinding. I guess it was like the win in GT5 with the Red Bull car. And you had to do Indy. And, you know, I was lapping cars every other lap. Lapping normal race cars every other lap. Alright, what's our gas looking like? We're just about down to half a tank. Sad part is I could go in the pits right now and be done and out of the pits by the time that the AI caught up to me. And we're still under halfway through the race. It's very nice. Winning is very nice. Because this car seems to not say Camry on it either. I just noticed. It says Solara. I thought they always said Camry Solara. I don't know. I know that one of my coworkers had one that was, or a previous coworker of mine had one like this, except for it was a convertible. It was white, but it was this generation. Because they had like the older ones, which had different headlights and brake lights, and then they had this one, and then they had a newer one that had like LED brake lights and shit. But yeah, his was like this, and it was a convertible. When he was very nice, yeah, it is a statement of the year. Thank you very much. I will happily accept my reward of all of your Twitch money. Kappa. "17 minutes through the race, either. Either? I don't... English is hard at 2 a.m. Ah! I guess I could pit the halfway point and then just continue on the race for the rest of the race and not have to worry about pitting again. How are my tires looking? Oh, that front left is pretty worn out. Alrighty. Here, I'll pit at lap 20, I think. I think lap 20 will be my pit strategy. Luckily, having a pit strategy doesn't even matter. And I can make it matter less if I turn off fuel and tire wear. But I ain't no scrub who does that. I race with the big boys who have their tire wear and fuel wear on. Or tire wear and fuel consumption. That's the correct wording. I need to stop looking back. There's no point at all for me to be looking back. At all. Don't know why I do it. At all. At all. Maybe if I keep saying it, it'll have a different meaning someday. Because repeating things is nice. And it's something I do. Ah! What if I could take a drink during this? I can. Ah, there we go. Hell yeah. Just got myself a nice drink down the straightaway. There's my real strategy, is when I need to drink my stuff. Pit strategies, pfft, don't need those. Eh. Your Twitch bits. 2 total bits. Thank you for the 2 bits, soccer. I don't think no, I don't think. I know I haven't ever bought Twitch bits in my life. I've never given Twitch bits to anybody in my life, because, like, I don't know. I spend money on subscriptions, and that's about it. As in, I spend $5 a month on one subscription, and then use Prime for the other one. Ads got you too. Oh yeah, because you can get it from ads. I forgot about that. Like you click the whatever, clicky click game on an ad, and it's like, hey, here I have some bits. Why not? Now you do it on a phone? Huh. I did not know that. I don't use Twitch on mobile enough to, like, know. And or care. Do I want to pit this lap or, like, the end of next lap? I'll pit the end of next lap. I don't know why it matters or why I care, but I'm going to. I'm almost a half a minute, aka half a lap, in front of second place. I can't remember if this game is it. If it's this game that's stupid, and the AI enter the pits from like right before the pit wall, or if that's a different game that I'm thinking of. Because I know one game I've played, the AI don't actually use the whole pit lane that goes around that entire last sweeping corner, but they just fucking just dip right in at the end of the straightaway, or at the end of the turn. Trash department to watch Twitch on a laptop. RIP. My internet's somewhat decent. Somewhat. Ooh, excuse me. I'm gonna use the pit lane. Oh god. Okay, I guess it's not this game, because whatever game it was, it gives you a penalty for going on this as well. And then the AI just kind of dip in from there. Sure, 6 seconds. Why not? I can get a drink while doing this. Ah, delicious. Delicious milk. And the AI are going to be absolutely nowhere near me. Yet again. What? How'd I get a penalty? What the fuck? And that was on this lap. I got a penalty while in the pits. How the fuck did I manage to do that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Hey, somebody else is pitting. I wasn't the only person. Well, even though he's still a lap behind me, but still. It's close enough. We've been driving for the same amount of time. 22 and a half minutes. I wonder what car it was. Let's see, can I see? Oh, the Sylvia's still in first. And the Integra's still in second, looks like. So it wasn't any of the fast boys of this race. I mean, except for me. I'm a fast boy of this race. I am the fast boy of the race. Considering I am decently far ahead. Also, putting a fucking limited slip diff on this car was a fantastic idea. Oh, one of the fast boys pitted because I just saw a shitload of cars pass him. I wonder if it was the Integra or the S14. Ooh, I'm doing better than my best. Oh, you got those fucking brand new tires. Dude, we going fast. I don't know. Because whoever pitted on the lap before just passed whoever just pitted. I am curious-ish. Not curious enough to actually like try and figure anything out, but curious. It makes me thonk. You know? Just thonking. Hey, I got a decent lap time. 0.166. Actually, I can't hear the game at all. I haven't even noticed for the last 25 minutes I haven't been able to hear the game at all. Whatever. Too late to change it now. Well, I guess I could change it on the straight. I can get myself going straight down it. While also taking that turn awfully. Let's see. Where's my volume knob? There it is. Alright, I can hear now. Also, I think this is another one of those cars that actually changes the engine note whenever you change the exhaust, now I think about it. Because it's got a very similar engine note now to the stock Acura CL and the Honda Accord. Current pace 120, 248. Wow, that's some fucking internet right there. 1 down, 0.22 up. I don't think Netflix should take that much internet though. Like even when I'm streaming, I could still get, you know, at least a few megabytes per second upload and, you know, probably 10 to 15 down, if not more. Even though it's a pretty big drop off from the 50/5 I have. Strange. Strange. That's how you're supposed to take that last turn, boy. 104. Oh. 104.7. Wow, I got a 104.0. It's impressive. Has anybody pitted in a while? I haven't been paying attention. Got one of those awesome internet providers. Apartment internet provider. It's like the actual like You're just using the Wi-Fi from the main office of the internet or the fucking apartment. Sharing it with everybody else. Ooh, I got a best time. Can I get around this last turn good enough to get a sub 104? I heavily doubt it. Especially now. Maybe not. That wasn't a half bad way to take that corner. Ooh, I did. That's actually pretty decent. That's actually decent. How far am I ahead of second place now? There's one person, there's one car that has not pitted yet, I think. It looks like one dot. I wonder which car it is. Bloom Internet. That's one of those that's like, yeah, we supply internet to 5 whole houses kind of places. Dish for TV. I've heard Dish isn't too bad. I would never use it myself because I don't care enough to actually watch enough TV to have a TV provider. But I've heard for if you do watch TV, it's not too bad. My grandma had Dish actually like years and years and years ago. Like early 2000s years ago. I'm listening to the sound of this car. It has like a bassy kind of sound to it as well. It doesn't just have the normal engine note. I can hear some sort of bassy sound coming out of it. Like whenever I shift, whenever it goes down to, you know, 4,000 RPMs or whatever. Strange. Oh, last person has pitted. Everybody has pitted. I haven't been paying attention to how far behind the car behind me is this entire time. Got 8 laps remaining. I think. Maybe 7. I don't know how to math, by the way. I had to do a lot of math recently, and it ranged from like really simple stuff to like really complex stuff. And my brain did not like it. Math is hard. I'm actually like somewhat catching up to back markers, somewhat. I don't think I'm going to hit him or lap him by the end of the race. 1.2 out of 5 stars. God. That is a fantastic internet service provider. One plus one to 1 plus 1 plus 1. Yeah, exactly. Those ones with more than one number are pretty hard. I thought this race took like half an hour to finish. I guess I was wrong. Guess. I mean, obviously I was very wrong on how long this race was going to take. Yeah, I thought I remembered it taking like half an hour. Got at least 6 minutes remaining. Or around 6 minutes, because I'm almost done with this lap. Actually, it is right. Yeah, it's over 6 minutes. See, I don't know how to math. I mean, I guess I kind of did figure it out after a little while, but I really confused the shit out of myself for a second there. He loves gold. I love gold. God, that is an old meme that I have not heard in a long time. Wow, that's some shenanigans right there. That I was not expecting during the stream. Alright. A little over 5 laps to go in our Toyota Camry with just under 3/4 of a tank of gas. I need to I've never actually, like, well, I think I've seen like the first Austin Powers movie, like all the way through. Yeah, Rip Mini-Me. Vern Troyer. Haha, I remember his name. But I don't think I've watched any Austin Powers movies all the way through except for like the first one. Possibly. Oh yeah, you should do that, Denny. I don't think it ever got clipped though, sadly. I was gonna send something in the Thunder recently, but I don't remember what. Oh, it was something from Burnout Paradise. Number 2, what? Are you talking like number 2 from Kids Next Door? Oh, you clipped it? Okay. Yeah, go right ahead. It's fine by me. I am taking this turn all sorts of awfully. Oh, Austin Powers reference? Okay. That's why I didn't understand it. Because going along with what I was saying about not having watched many of the Austin Powers movies, it's been probably at least, 5 to 10 years since I've watched any kind of Austin Powers anything. So, like, yeah. My brain don't work so good with Austin Powers. Kind of debating how I feel right now if I want to do the next endurance already. Because as I was saying, I have no real, like, things to do tomorrow. At all. Except for maybe if somebody contacts me, it's like, hey, I want to buy your truck. Like, fuck yeah, I'll worry about that. But for the most part, I mean, it's today anyways. It's already 2:02 a.m. So if I do, let's see. So if the endurances are going to take, well, we'll say an hour for the rest of the endurances. Well, for the next couple of endurances per each. Because I have to, export the footage and all that. It'll be, if I do C and B class, it will be like 4:30-ish a.m. And I could go to sleep, wake up at noon-ish, and as long as nothing else is going on, continue streaming from there and finish the game tomorrow. I don't know. Or I could just wait and do a fucking long-ass stream tomorrow again, because I think a stream this long... No, it wouldn't allow me to finish the game completely. Finish recording it. I don't know. I kind of want to finish this game this weekend. That's my, my big goal at the moment. It'd be nice to have this game finished finally. Decisions. And speaking of completing things, on the second to last lap of the first endurance. I've very not been paying attention to this game for a while now. Like, the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, I was paying attention to the laps, and like, it was going by pretty slow, but like, I don't know where the fuck the last 10 laps went or so. Basically, after I pitted, it was like, my brain was just kind of like on autopilot mode. Alright, one more lap. Yeah, I'm selling my truck because I bought my Lexus, the Lexus LS400. I wanted a new daily driver, and my truck is kind of crap anyways because it has problems that I don't want to fix. Well, problems I don't want to have anybody else fix because I don't want to fix them myself, and I don't want to spend the money on somebody else fixing them. And I have to afford to get the timing belt redone on my car somehow, on the Lexus. And also do the road trip that I've been planning to do for the next weekend, my birthday weekend, for the past, month or two. Going to be going up to, most likely going to go up to Northern Ohio to Cedar Point. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. My truck's never been rear-ended under my ownership, at least. I don't know what you're talking about. I ran into a ditch once. But anyways, there it is, the end of the first endurance on this game. 38-minute total time, 1 minute 3-lap time. Also a few credits for smacking in the people at the beginning. And we got 197,000 total credits. So there we go. 14.4 million credits total. Oh, yeah, I was like, wait, why is it? Because there's no fucking, there's no, points standings. But yeah, we got the number 24 Volvo at Speed S60R for winning this. It's a very interesting, color scheme on it. It's kind of like one side's blue, one side's silver, yada, yada, yada. There are the stats for it, and let's continue on. Back to the main menu. And there we go. So we have a gold medal in that. Next episode, we'll be doing the number C, Class C Championship. And we're going to get an Audi from that. Yada, yada, yada. We got a bunch of these left to do. But they're not going to be that bad. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Forza. And for now, I am out of here. See ya.